Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Surah Naziat. Central theme. In this surah also, a severe warning is sounded to the arrogant leaders of the Quraysh who reckon punishment in the Day of Judgment to be improbable events. They regard them to be mere threats and nothing to do with reality. The effects produced by winds and clouds are presented in this surah, and the Quraysh are informed that they must not regard themselves to be beyond God's grasp and should dare not deny the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They are only secure as long as the Almighty has given them respite. As soon as this period ends, they will be seized by the Almighty without any difficulty. The winds and clouds which are present everywhere and are essential for their subsistence will become instruments of God's wrath and will uproot and ravage them. This surah resembles Surah Zariyat and Surah Mursalat as far as its preamble and meaning are concerned. The manifestations of accountability to God in this world and the majesties of His power and providence so evidently present around man bear witness that there will necessarily come a day on which the Almighty will punish the rebellious who disobeyed His directives and will bless with eternal reward the righteous who were fearful of Him and controlled their desires. Analysis of the Discourse. Section 1, verses 1 to 5. Winds and clouds bear witness that the punishment of which the Prophet of God is informing them is bound to come. The God in whose hands are the reins of the winds and clouds can make them into a source of blessing for those whom He desires and a source of suffering for whomsoever He desires. Nothing is beyond Him. The history of nations who have denied their respective messengers in this world bears witness that one day each and every person will be called to account before the Almighty. Section 2, verses 6 to 14. A portrayal of the upheaval which will take place on the Day of Judgment, as well as of what will befall its rejectors. Section 3, verses 15 to 26. A reminder of the relevant parts of the tale of Moses sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Pharaoh for the admonition of the Quraysh. This mention is commensurate with the central theme of the surah. Moses sallallahu alaihi wasallam very earnestly tried to bring the Pharaoh to the right path. However, he resisted because of arrogance, as a result of which he was seized by the Almighty, and this was not much of a bother for him. A slight onslaught by the winds was enough to destroy them. Section 4, verses 27 to 33. An argument is presented that recreating man is not at all difficult for the Almighty. How can it be difficult for Him who created the heavens and the earth, brought forth the night and day, and arranged for the nourishment of people in such a thorough manner? His power bears witness that He can do so, and His wisdom entails that He should do so. Section 5, verses 34 to 41. A mention of the fate of the rebellious and the disobedient on the Day of Judgment. In contrast, glad tidings are given of the reward that those who remain fearful of the Almighty will receive on the day. Section 6, verses 42 to 46. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is reassured not to be bothered by those who pester him regarding the time of arrival of the Day of Judgment and other details of this day, and who call for it in haste. The time of arrival of the Day of Judgment is something which only the Almighty knows. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam should only consign this matter to him. He has not been sent in this world to disclose its exact date of arrival. His responsibility is only to inform them about it. When people who regard it to be a far-fetched thing see it coming, they will feel that they remained in this world but for a short part of the day. Text and translation. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وَالنَّازِعَاتِ غَرْقًا وَالنَّاشِطَاتِ نَشْطًا وَالسَّابِحَاتِ سَبْحًا فَالسَّابِقَاتِ سَبْقًا فَالْمُدَبِّرَاتِ أَمْرًا يَوْمَ تَرْجُفُ الرَّاجِفَةُ تَتْبَعُهَا الرَّادِفَةُ قُلُوبٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ وَاجِفَةٌ أَبْصَارُهَا خَاشِعَةٌ يَقُولُونَ أَإِنَّا لَمَرْدُودُونَ فِي الْحَافِرَةِ أَإِذَا كُنَّا عِظَامًا نَخِرَةً قالوا تلك إذن كرة خاسرة فإنما هي زجرة واحدة فإذا هم بالساهرة هل أتاك حديث موسى إذ ناداه ربه بالوادي المقدس طوى اذهب إلى فرعون إنه طغى فقل هل لك إلى أن تزكى وأهديك إلى ربك فتخشى فأراه الآية الكبرى فكذب وعصى ثم أدبر يسعى فحشر فنادى فقال أنا ربكم الأعلى فأخذه الله نكال الآخرة والأولى إن في ذلك لعبرة لمن يخشى أأنتم أشد خلقا أم السماء بناها رفع سمكها فسواها وأغطش ليلها وأخرج ضحاها والأرض بعد ذلك دحاها أخرج منها ماءها ومرعاها والجبال أرساها متاعا لكم ولأنعامكم فإذا جاءت الطامة الكبرى يوم يتذكر الإنسان ما سعى وبرزت الجحيم لمن يرى فأما من طغى وآثر الحياة الدنيا فإن الجحيم هي المأوى وأما من خاف مقام ربه ونهى النفس عن الهوى فإن الجنة هي المأوى يسألونك عن الساعة أيان مرساها فيما أنت من ذكراها إلى ربك منتهاها إنما أنت منذر من يخشاها كأنهم يوم يرونها لم يلبثوا إلا عشية أو ضحاها. In the name of God, the most gracious, the ever merciful. Winds which tear out from the roots bear witness, and winds which blow gently bear witness, and clouds which drift in the air bear witness, then overtake each other, then reveal the command of God, that what you are being promised is certain to happen. Fear the day when a shudder will take place, followed by another quiver. Many hearts will be trembling on that day, their eyes downcast. They ask, shall we be returned to our original state? What? When we become decayed out bones? They say, this return would be of great loss. It will be just a single shout, then all of a sudden they will be standing in a ground. Has the story of Moses reached you, when his Lord called out to him in the sacred valley of Tuwa, saying, go you to the Pharaoh, he has transgressed all bounds. Ask him, do you desire to reform yourself? Shall I show you the way to your Lord, that you may become fearful of him? Then he showed him a great sign, but he denied it and did not accept it. Then he turned back, augmenting his efforts. Then he gathered and proclaimed, it is me who is your supreme Lord. Then God seized him in the punishment of the hereafter and of the herein. Indeed, in this there is a great lesson for those who fear. Is it more difficult to create you or the sky? He made it and raised high its roof, then perfected it, covered its night, and uncovered its day, and after that spread out the earth, and he brought forth from it its water and its fodder, and set firm mountains over it as a means of benefit for you and your cattle. So when the great upheaval takes place, all this will be destroyed. On that day, man will remember whatever he had done, and hell will be unveiled for those who will have to encounter it. Then he who transgressed all bounds and preferred the life of this world to the hereafter, hell shall be his abode. And he who feared the standing before his Lord and restrained his soul from lowly desires, then surely paradise shall be his abode. They ask you about the day of judgment. When will it come to port? What have you to do with this? This matter rests with your Lord. You are but one who informs those people about it who fear it. The day when they will see it, it will be as if not more time has elapsed than one evening or one of its mornings.